Hey, church family, thanks for joining us for today's Daily Connection video. We are kicking off this week in a new kind of theme, looking at God's purpose for people. And we're going to be looking in the book of Ecclesiastes. I'm excited to get to walk through that book. Me and Brother Brent are both excited to get to walk through that book with you guys. And looking at someone who really tried to figure out what's the purpose of life, right? Why do we exist here on this earth? And do we have meaning? Is there meaning to life? And we're going to find the answer to that as we walk through. But today I want us to look at kind of what the world offers for purpose in life and what the world offers for meaning for life. And as we look at the writer of Ecclesiastes, we're going to call him, he calls himself the teacher. In the Hebrew, it's Kohelet is what he calls himself. This guy tries it all. This guy tries everything under the sun, literally, to find purpose and meaning in life. And so I'm going to read through a set of scriptures. It's a good amount of scripture, but I hope that you'll take a moment and read along with me. We're going to be in Ecclesiastes chapter 2, and we're going to look at verses 4 through 11. So Ecclesiastes 2, 4 through 11, please read along as we look at part of Kohelet's journey to finding meaning and purpose in life. Here he writes, I increased my achievements. I built houses and planted vineyards for myself. I made gardens and parks for myself and planted every kind of fruit tree in them. I constructed reservoirs for myself from which to irrigate a grove of flourishing trees. I acquired male and female servants and had slaves who were born in my house. I also owned livestock, large herds and flocks, more than all who were before me in Jerusalem. I also amassed silver and gold for myself, and the treasure of kings and provinces. I gathered male and female singers for myself, and many concubines, the delights of men. So I became great and surpassed all who were before me in Jerusalem. My wisdom also remained with me. All that my eyes desired, I did not deny them. I did not refuse myself any pleasure, for I took pleasure in all my struggles. This was my reward for all my struggles. When I considered all that I had accomplished, and what I had labored to achieve, I found everything to be futile. In the pursuit of the wind, there was nothing to be gained under the sun. Kohelet here, when he talks about it being futile in pursuit of the wind, literally the word that he's talking about is describing trying to grab the wind, trying to grab a breath. And you and I both know you can't grab the wind. You can't grab a breath. You can reach out and you can feel the wind, but you'll never be able to grasp hold of it. It's impossible for you to grab and hold the wind or to grab and hold a breath. And that's what he describes, gaining all of this stuff in pursuit of fulfillment, in pursuit of happiness, and in pursuit of accomplishment. As he did all of these things, which in today's modern context, we could look and see that would be a great business and wonderful home and anything and everything he could ask for in his entire life, right? We would look at that and say, this guy's accomplished all that, and in the end has found that he really has accomplished nothing of substance. What he describes here, honestly, is something that, especially in our country, in America, that we struggle with more than really anywhere else. We have this picture of the American dream. I've talked about it on here before, right? A two-story White House, white picket fence, 2 kids, a dog, and a cat, and 2 cars in the driveway, right, man? It is the American dream, this comfortable life where we don't have to worry about anything at all. And every one of us, myself included, we find ourselves at times struggling and striving after that. But here's the thing, once it's achieved, you find that you're still empty. You find that it's still not enough. And the reason is because it was never God's purpose for us to gain wealth. It was never God's purpose for us to always be comfortable. Are we to be at peace? Absolutely. Peace in Him. Peace because of Him. The peace that's beyond all understanding. And that peace only comes from the Lord. But comfort, American dream, wealth, having everything you could ever want, I don't think you're ever going to find in Scripture that's His intentions for the church today. His intentions for us are to love Him, to give Him glory, to put Him first. And we'll find that as we progress through Ecclesiastes, we're going to find that the writer begins to realize that. And I don't want to give away any spoilers, but I think it's going to be powerful as we walk through that and really begin to see what the writer finds purpose in. But for us today, man, we need to be sure that we aren't trying to find purpose and fulfillment in things of the world. So we got a couple of questions I want us to look at. You'll find them in your daily connection guide. The first one is, what things have you tried as a way to bring happiness and satisfaction? What are things that you've tried to bring happiness and satisfaction in your life? I think all of us have those things, myself included. Let's be honest about that. Let's write those things down. Let's get them out in the open. What are things that you've tried to find happiness and satisfaction in? And the second question, what conclusions have you made so far? As you have chased after the wind, as I have chased after the wind, and we've tried all these things under the sun, what have we found so far? Now, I can answer that question for you. You found emptiness. If you haven't found emptiness quite yet, you will soon. Soon enough, it won't be enough. Soon you'll look in the things that you've achieved, the things that you've gained. They just won't fill the void like they did at one point, because that was never God's intentions for the stuff that exists in this world. So church family, I hope that you'll be open and honest with yourself, really thinking through, where do you find your happiness? Where do you find your satisfaction? Are you pursuing wealth and comfort and happiness harder and more than you pursue a relationship with Christ? And if so, I pray that you'll surrender those things, that you won't be like the rich young ruler, that we won't be like the rich young ruler who looks down and walks away, but instead we'll be willing to give up all that we have to follow God and see the purpose He has for us. As we do that, church family, I want you to know that we love you and we're praying for you.